year of high school, Mitch started to have panic attacks. He was having them 1 to 2 a day, with the side effects being a headache, nausea, hyperventilation that could last up to 10 to 40 minutes. Mitch seeks psychological help, and his parents wanted to help as well, so they took him to a therapist. After a year, his treatment began, and he felt cured or better. To seek out psychological help or therapy, you don't need to have a mental impairment or an illness in order to see one. I believe that it is a societal norm to view therapy as being mentally impaired, crazy, or depressed. I believe that you don't have to show these symptoms in order to see a therapist. In this speech, I will talk about what is a therapist, what are the benefits going to a therapist is, and how it affects you, and what are the misconceptions about going to a therapist. Therapy is an act, hobby, task, or program that can release tension. During therapy, you are talking to another individual casually about your day and some topics and your thoughts. Sometimes they discuss topics that you've never thought of, that they may bring to light, that maybe you have a problem with, or maybe you were stressed out about. They use conversational words in a way that can help an individual be more comfortable about their thoughts and their personal life. Even if the individual is completely fine, a therapist still talks to them in this manner. And sometimes they even bring up philosophical questions or thoughts that the individual can ponder on, and that they can know more about themselves. Because during this, you're having a genuine conversation about a variety of topics, and when you're having this genuine conversation, you are not being judged by the other person. In addition to that statement, there are a lot of benefits from going to therapy. One, it releases tension that's been built up over time, maybe like in school or at home, or maybe in your younger years. And it also lets you know about yourself, because you're talking about your day-to-day things and everything you know, but at the same time, you're talking about topics that you can express without the criticism of others, or without the thoughts of others and their morals and their history. And you become more aware of your aspirations in life. Lastly, you can be more open-minded in the fact that you can share your personal experiences with other individuals without the fear of being judged. And this helps you be more sociable and more connected with others. On the other hand, to having benefits of therapy, there are a lot of common misconceptions about going to therapy. Around 39.7% of Americans go to therapy, and of that percentage, about 48 to 54% of them go to therapy because they want to know who they are and what they can become. Mostly, they want to be more comfortable with themselves. And I believe because of this statistic, it gives us insight to what kinds of people go to therapy. You don't have to be mentally impaired to go to therapy. As you can tell, a lot of people just go because they enjoy it, or their parents may have brought them into it, and they just really enjoy talking about themselves and their feelings, and they want to discover things without the feeling of being judged or having opinions that can affect theirs. In conclusion, I have stated multiple facts and statistics and stories about the benefits of going to therapy, what therapy is, and the misconceptions. I do believe that you don't have to be mentally impaired to go to therapy, because everyone in this day and age wants to know who they are and what they can become. If you can recall, in the beginning of the speech, I talked about the kid named Mitch. So after the year he went to therapy, 3 months later, he figured out that he wanted to go back to therapy. Not because something else was wrong, but because he was enjoying himself and he really wanted to know more.